At this rate, I'll open my own bank. Cheers.
Greetings and salutations, my fellow gamers. My name is AFarCryAway, here today with a Killing Floor 2 announcement, or a What We Were Up To update. It's called the Survivalist tree. Before we dive into this, I need to let you guys know two pretty important things. One is that I was going to actually do a video and I already recorded it and everything, and now I'm going to scrap it. That was basically just talking about this update by some leaked photos, but now that it's official, I don't really need to leak photos. And now also, just know that when I'm doing this recording, I just got done mowing the lawn, and I'm actually, get this, allergic to grass. So I've been breathing in grass particles for the last hour and a half, and I'm gonna sound nasally, and I just want to go ahead and apologize, because this is really the best I can do. So, yeah, sorry. Hello everyone. We are back today with some more concrete details, subject to change at any time before we launch on November 18th, as we continue to evaluate it. Last time around, we talked about the high-level concept of what the Survivalist is, a high skill cap, jack of all trades but master of none, or the bard for those of you who play those sort of games with magic and dragons. Players who choose to play the Survivalist will have an interesting start to the game. By default, the perk starts with an HE grenade, a machete for its knife, and a random tier 1 weapon. The Survivalist passives include weapon damage, 0.6% per level in current testing, and global damage resistance, 1% per level, heavy body armor, 1% per level, and Z-time reload, which goes up 3% per level. Keep in mind those are all passives. Diving into the perk tree, this is where the players will have to make choices about how to play the Survivalist for them. Level 5 is weapon handling. You can go with tactical reload or heavy weapons training. Tactical reload, of course, increasing the reload speed with the commando, gunslinger, and SWAT weapons, and heavy weapons training, increasing the reload speed with the demolition, sharpshooter, and support weapons. Level 10, it's called survival techniques. You can either go with medical training or melee expert. Medical training, increase the potency of all your healing by 20% and decrease the cooldown of your syringe and healing darts by 25%. Melee expert, increase melee attack speed by 15%, inflict 10% more damage, and move 25% faster when using any melee weapons. Right, at level 15, you've got your equipment skill. You can either go with ammo vest or weapon harness. Ammo vest is carry up to 15% more ammo for all of your weapons, and your grenades are swapped out for healing grenades. Or you can go with the weapon harness, which increase carrying capacity by 5, and your grenades are swapped out for the Molotov cocktails. Level 20 is the destruction perk. Right, so you can go with spontaneous Zedplosion or make things go boom. The spontaneous Zedplosion is Zeds you have killed have a 20% chance to explode, damaging and knocking down nearby Zeds. And then make things go boom is increase the area of effect of all explosives by 25%. Right, at level 25 we have the specialist training. You can either go with Madman or Lockdown. Madman is during Z time, all of your weapons shoot 3 times faster, or Lockdown, which is during Z time, the power of all incapacitation methods are increased by 200% for all weapons. Our goal is to have this content in community hands-on as an opt-in beta at some point over the next few weeks. We are currently looking at early November, so we can get player feedback and make adjustments needed before launch. We are also rolling in some changes we had hoped to have had out as a quality of life update into that opt-in beta instead of having it as a separate build, to allow us to concentrate more on working on the game instead of to build a Q&A process. As we've covered in the last What We Were Up To update, the content teams are hard at work on what we hope will be a nice holiday experience for you and yours as you take your trusty mace and shield and enjoy the beach while running away from the more gore faster. We really need to name him soon. Let us know if you have any suggestions. The more gore faster, what the fuck? Are they talking about the twin-bladed gore fast? I hope so. Right, so that's been the What We Were Up To update. I apologize for reading this like completely shitty. I am just like, every time I start talking I get a bunch of just disgustingness up in my throat, and I can't really words too well, so sorry about that. And I need to figure out why I'm allergic to actual, like, grass, because that's not good, and it does not help my video making process. Right, so they've talked a lot about this perk in this What We Were Up To update. I do implore you to check it out. The link's in the description below for yourself, as it's got a lot of information here. I don't know. Personally, I can see why they would want a class like this in the game, and I can see a lot of people who are very interested in playing it, myself included, because there's a lot of really strange combinations that could be made, and I'm actually more curious to see what people end up doing with this class than I am with the class itself, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm not concerned that this is going to be in the game, I'm more concerned about the balancing possibilities, but then again, I also think it's pretty cool that maybe somebody can be like a medic who specializes in, like, blowing shit up at the same time, you know? So I think that's really interesting, and I think there's a lot of good possibilities for this perk. I know a lot of people are not very happy with it, and I can completely understand where you're coming from. I mean, in my personal opinion, I don't mind this perk being in the game, and we live in this modern age of video games where everyone wants to create a class and something to kind of tailor to their playstyle, and honestly, to give people that opportunity is a good thing. If you don't like it, maybe they should have an option just to have only original classes in a server. Maybe that should be like a server-side option for you guys who like to run servers. Maybe you think this shit's OP, or maybe you don't like it too much. It just kind of depends on when it launches, what it does to the community. There's a good chance that this could actually make the community larger and more accessible to people who might not necessarily like the classes that are default the way they are, and maybe they want to just kind of mix things up a little bit. And this could also be good for high-level players who are getting kind of sick of doing the same gameplay loop over and over and over and kind of want to mix it up a little bit. So I see a lot of good combinations for this perk, and I can see this being a good thing for the game. I can also see it being kind of a negative, but I think for the most part the benefits will outweigh the negatives. Right, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave it a like and subscribe for more Killing Floor 2 news and information in the future. I'll try to keep you all up to date on it as best as I can. Right, peace out everybody.
Approach and let us begin!